What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Who All Gonna Be There podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. And it's E Squared in the building today. What's going on, Eli?
Man, not much. It's a good day. Been a fun week so far, Big Brother wise, and man, can't wait to talk about this episode. And gosh dang, the cliffhanger we got with the fight.
They are really
actually got to see.
For sure. We're gonna talk about it, but it's just like what y'all did there. Y'all need to do it forever and ever and ever. Like they gave us feeds during a ceremony. Like it wasn't even over yet. Like they've never done that in Big Brother history.
It's like, why can't they do it going forward? What
they can't.
They set the precedent. We can do it. It's a possibility. Mm-hmm. We don't care if we hear production. Though Big Brother, I'm not gonna get into talking. They're on thin ice with a lot of stuff that I don't know. We'll see.
So one of the things that they're on thin ice with Paramount / Twitter, CBS, all of that, is they suspended Byyyeee Junkie on Twitter.
Yeah, and it's so interesting, the fact, I'm not going to say Big Brother's back to not liking Big Brother, but so many people consume feeds. A lot of people don't have the time to consume feeds, and that's where, I'll always shout out the GOAT, Big Brother Daily, since well back in the day, just giving feed updates. Like, that's how a lot of people digest the feeds, and the fact that, I don't know, we're copywriting people and things like that in one hand, I get it in terms of trying to protect the players and try to say, all right, moment's done. We don't want people clipping and showing clips that we don't want people to share clips of. But man, Big Brother Junkie was just sharing clips in general. So I don't know.
The thing is, like, people have been sharing clips for years. And it's like, it's not even that it's something live. I get it in the terms of live. You know, we've been guilty of it. You know, we accidentally put feeds on. Eli didn't tell us, y'all. Me and Treese, we were in the middle of a collaboration, and feeds popped back on. We put it on the live thing, and it shut the whole thing down.
They tried to put the wall competition on YouTube, like Big Brother. Their snipers weren't ready to be like, all right, who's going live with it? Oh, this crew, boom. Man.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the wall. Was it the wall comp, or was it? I thought it was pressure cooker. Was it not?
It was pressure cooker. Okay. You're so right.
Yeah. So it's not even as if they were live somewhere streaming, you know, the feeds. They were just posting clips like everybody else do. So justice for Byyyeee Junkie. The other thing that kind of got us a little hot and got them on thin ice is how they blatantly low-key kind of rigged the HOH competition.
Shoot, no, I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
I'm not trying to get too much into production, but also thinking back to Thursday with YouTube, the immediate live feeds being on YouTube. Am I wrong? Did I miss it? Because did they get their straw twisted with East Coast, West Coast airings and things like that? I don't know, but I never saw them go live on YouTube.
Didn't.
And people were so excited for that. And there's a lot of excitement coming into this season, and there's continual excitement. But to see that much of a miss, right after we recorded on Thursday, we're like, all right, we've been eyeing YouTube. It's going to come on any moment. And then live stream went off. They just showed animals.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, you've mentioned it multiple times too. It's like they had such a great start with the momentum building with that Broville thing. Like, just the rollout was incredible, and they energized us. They gave us all these promises, and I couldn't help it. And to fall short on things you promised us, right? This isn't us just making it up. You told us it was going to be on YouTube. And these are all the views of the podcast, not me personally. So if you still want to cast me, don't hold it against me.
Hey, I'm the only other person here, Eric. I'm the only other person here. You said Eli. I'm putting it all on Eli. Production, we love y'all. This is AI. If you're watching this, we love y'all. We would never say wrong thing. It cast us on Big Brother 29.
Yes. Long live Allison Grodner.
That's my queen.
So this episode, clearly we need to get an HOH crowned, right? Because Ashley was evicted unanimously. But we know, if you watch the feeds, it was anything really but unanimous. Although there's no hard lines at this moment when she got evicted, it's forming and it's getting ready to happen. And this episode kind of takes us through it. So again, like I mentioned, it was feeling like a little riggish with how Rick got to skip to round 3.
Let's get into it, because this is something that they've done the past 2 seasons, I want to say, thinking about pairing off and doing a competition together and doing that pairing, and we've applauded them on, oh wow, we have a social aspect to these competitions, and I get it though. The numbers made it so they had to have someone move on to the next round. So I know production wasn't last minute, like, ooh, Rick didn't get picked, let's save him last minute. Those cards were saying what they were saying. But it is just a funny dynamic to think about, that the guy that was not picked round 1 did not have a pair.
Right, and got to be saved.
Ends up being HOH, but
yeah. And so again, transparency. We've always called for transparent, like more transparent practices, please. So we can, nullify these allegations. You know
what? I don't need Big Brother to be transparent. I like the last minute switch ups that they always do, and you know what? Expect the unexpected. If you're a game player, you know what? Next season, Big Brother 29, someone might be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be on my own, looking for an advantage." So
true, and it's gonna be a punishment.
Man, gosh dang, put Devins in a microchip costume like they did Chelsea and Cedric.
They could have, and I like this comp. Like you said, they've done it like the last season for sure. I can't remember, they did it 2026. Yeah, they did do it, and so it adds that element. And I like that you don't know what it's gonna be. Like, is it gonna be working together? This round might be working together. This other round may be against each other. You just never know. So those are the type of things we do like, but we'll see how they continue to navigate that.
But the competition, as y'all watched, of course, there's some stuff left on the cutting room floor where the moment Devins won HOH on the feeds, he was talking a lot about, Melody was paired with me for a quarter second, and then she wasn't paired with me. And I know I was expecting the episode to cover that drama a little bit, but ultimately, we had a sliding competition in the first round. You're going against your partner that you picked, and that got a couple people, because people were with their besties. Mallory and Lyric were together. Chuck and Haley were together. And so it was a fun twist to be like, all right, y'all going against who you picked. And after that round, we had a handful of people get eliminated, and Rick Devins was brought back into the fold. And so there's 8 people left. They have to pair up again. And I like the twist that Big Brother did, where you're no longer, it's not going to be rounds where you're knocking people out. All of a sudden, who you pick, and people are expecting to go against who they picked.
Working together.
Nope, you're working together.
Angela and Jason. She thought she was going to knock him out. Wrong. Y'all working together. But ultimately, it came down to Haley and Rick. And Rick tried to throw it to Haley. She said she wanted it because she'd been scoring high all night. Unfortunately, she fell short.
Was it a good throw by Devin? Like so many times we've seen people throw, and of course Devin says, I don't want to make it obvious. You can't just chuck it all the way across the board. But 35 felt kind of high to me.
For sure. But I guess if she's been rolling 50s and 60s all night, you would anticipate.
But each round the hats shift, the hats dance, so it's a different throw every time.
Yes.
But I just thought that was funny, the idea of Haley didn't have a bad throw. She landed it in one of the hats. But
also, it was
just
funny,
got a better hat.
That the Nigerian cowboy got eliminated in the cowboy competition first round.
Oh, man.
And
You're so excited.
Oscar said they cut Melody's storyline from like what happened in the feeds. Yeah, they did, because a lot of what happened with these nominations, Rick was gun ho about getting Melody up out of this house. So I guess we're just jumping right into it.
Yeah, let's get it.
I will say, Rick, somebody failed you, because it is tradition to read your HOH letter from home. I know it's sad. I know you want to cry in private, but you read those. That's what you do. He's like, I want to save it for myself. No, we the people. We want those. That's tradition. So we don't come over here to our show breaking tradition. He did not read it, so that's a strike against Rick.
And hey, that's why he didn't have his Who Wants to See My HOH Room segment. He didn't give him nothing. They were like, all right, you're automatically HOH. All right, let's get to the fun part.
He thought he was going to bed at 10. It was like, no, you don't get to go to bed. You got to stay up.
He didn't sleep, right? I mean, what, 4:30, 5 a.m.? Yeah, he did not sleep.
Yes, he was up, and up. And so his first conversation, honestly, was with Lala. She wanted to have a conversation with him. And I thought it was hilarious, because on the feed, she made herself an alliance with him, D, Angela, and Rome that ain't nobody ever heard of. She was like, yeah, we work together. We just flow real well, and I just feel like we can plan and do what we want to do. He said, us together? She said, yeah, we just flow. It's good. That's how I thought. Girl, y'all ain't never worked together.
Hey. She said, let's flow. Let's flow and let's vibe out.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, we just flow together. Yeah, whatever moves we want to make together, we gonna do it. And Rick was like, who, us? Me and you together? So be it. But the real thing, they showed a little bit on the episode tonight, which honestly, the episode was a lot of Thursday night going into Friday morning feeds with how all of this stuff happened. So back to Melody. Melody not wanting to partner with Rick or whatever, or being his partner, and then stopping because she, in Rick's mind, was like, oh, I'm gonna get you, because she apparently pointed to him, was like, me and you, Devins, like as if she wanted to take him out of the game. That was his entire perception. And from that point on, since he was HOH, he was like, yes, she's going on the block. She is my target, and that's gonna be that. However,
But first,
Rome gets up in there, and I did not expect him to just run his mouth. I guess we should have expected it, but when you don't pay attention to dynamics in the house, you don't know who you should be telling information to, who you should not be. So he tells Devins. So this is what y'all didn't get on the episode. He's like, yeah, I want to work with you. Honestly, I have an alliance called the Four Seasons, and we want to extend its borders to you, Rick Devins. We want you in it. And guess what? Not only he didn't just say that, which would have been fine. Like, you can say you have an alliance, right? And you want to invite him in there. But you go and then tell the people in the alliance, oh, it's me, it's Drew, it's Lyric, it's Melody, it's
Don't reheat Ashley's nachos, Rome. Don't reheat her nachos, please.
Are you kidding me? And of course, Rick is like, oh, of course, yeah, I'm in it. So now he knows who you're working with. And then he asks you, like we saw in the episode, who are the people that you don't want to be touched? And he immediately was like, Jason, Lyric, obviously, he don't want himself on the block. And everybody else was kind of fair game. He was like, yeah, I like Melody, but if she got to go up, she got to go up. I like Lala, but, she got to kind of go up.
I mean, Devins did make Rome trim down the list. We saw that in the episode where Lala was included, Drew was included, and Devin said, hey, I gotta put someone up. We're trying to do like this cross house alliance, and you're saying I can't put up anyone.
So your whole team and the extras is pretty much what he was trying to do.
And I do want to give Devin so much credit with his nominations. We'll get to it. But one stance that Devin's had early on was, hey, I'm not putting up anyone that was up last week.
Yeah.
And so often we see in these seasons, we could think that Amy last season a handful of people that just become block stars.
Kelly and Keanu, we just knew to expect them two out of, them two was automatically taking up 3 spots on the block last week. For the first 5 weeks, it felt like it was them two constantly back to back.
Yeah, and Devin said, you know what? We're going to shift it up. new set of people, which I really respect and like TV wise. I like that idea
for sure. Which again, like Mallory specifically, he wasn't going to do it, but then he did tell D. I heard that she don't like you, and D was like, oh well, put her up then. She don't like me. I want her off, but if she don't like me, go ahead and throw her up there. So he was honestly considering that too, and that was really going to be his plan. Mallory, Melody, and
Lala, right?
Lala, yes, or Lyric somewhere in there. Just depending. He wasn't really sure on those, but I knew Melody for sure was going to be up there, and Mallory. D runs this back to Angela, right? Angela's getting ready for bed, and so she starts giving the tea to Angela and Barrett, and she's like, yeah, these are going to be his nominations. And Angela's like, hold on, what? No, he can't. Angela, no, he can't do this. And this is for her game, but she's like, he cannot make this move. He got to strike while the iron is hot. We've got to get Rome out of this house. And so Angela immediately, I wish y'all could have saw this on the feed. The edit don't do it justice. As soon as she was just like, and she immediately ran up to that room and was like, we have got to talk. And that's why she pulled him. When she pulled him in there, no, they made it wait on the episode. No. She immediately pulled him, and he was like, what's going on? She was like, this is between us. This cannot get, I don't want anybody hearing. Not that they were going to hear anyway. But she goes in there and shuts the bathroom door. And she was like, listen, D told me what you were trying to do, and I'm here to tell you, absolutely not. I'm here to tell you, this is what we're going to do. We got to get Rome at this house, and you have got to backdoor him. And Rick, being the person that he is, Angela did clock that right. She's like, he's a showman, and so he's going to want to have some fun with it. And Rick is like, if we got to blow some stuff up, let's blow it up, right? And so she was like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put up Lyric. You're going to put up Jason because, of course, she don't like that Jason has been, manipulating her. And so she's got that in the back pocket. So she's like, yeah, he going to get put up. Yes, because if we can't get Rome, guess what? I'm going to be satisfied with getting him out of here. And then we're going to backdoor Rome. And Rick is fully on board. Now, chat, Eli, do you feel like this was the best move for Rick's individual game, or is him following Angela's plan best for them both long term? Or just
I think it's best for Rick Devens' ego, which is 100% what Angela was going for and what Devens really cares about. And I don't want to say Devens is fine losing this game. $750,000 is a lot of money, and I think Devens is willing to try to win. But Devens, even think back to Survivor, has a style that I like TV-wise, where I think Devens likes to win from the bottom a little bit. He likes to scrap and get his idols and flip a coin and have those moments where his back's against the wall. And if he went with his original gut, which I think was correct, it probably would have been best, because those girls have been talking about Devens since last week. Hey, this guy's old. Let's get him out of here. We don't flow with the old guy.
Melody has been talking about him in the shower. She's talking about him in the gym. She's talking about him on the bike. She's talking about him in the pool. He needs to go home to his kids. That's what she keeps saying. Him and his kid. He's 42 years old. I don't even know why he's here. He keeps talking about this family. Well, you can go home to this family. She is not playing. She's been on his head. Non-stop. But speaking of Rick Devens too, like, not that he doesn't care about the money, I think he's pretty much fine in that regard. It was revealed that he was presented with the opportunity to have a cameo in the new Superman movie that's coming out later on, but he declined because he was coming to Big Brother. What do we say to that?
Hey, James Gunn has a whole DC universe. Devin said, hey, you're going to be making 10, 20, 30 more movies that I could cameo in. There'll be another Superman one. Maybe Rick Devens is saving it for Justice League. Who knows? But yeah, once in a lifetime to go in that Big Brother house and make more TV moments.
Absolutely. And so Angela puts this battery in his back, gets him fired up, activated, because this man was tired. Mind you, I'm going to tell you how tired he was, because as he was doing his one-on-ones obviously with Melody and Jason, they were horrible one-on-ones, by the way, y'all, because he was just trying to get his whole shtick. Even he mentioned in his nomination ceremony, I don't have a dance partner. I'm just I've been feeling like I'm alone. Rick, please, it's tired. is tired. But he just kept saying it and kept saying it. But as he was talking to him, they gave him nothing. And it was like, y'all know y'all don't like this man. Y'all know y'all both coming for this man, but y'all did not offer him anything tangible to keep yourself off block. No valid information, no trying to cut no deals. He even was setting them up and setting everybody else up to see if they were even thinking about the whole Melody situation. Because he was, I'm telling you, Rick was so on that, because he was like, did you see anything in the HOA competition that was a little off?
like Rick Dalton, the episode didn't even care about it.
It didn't. It didn't, but he kept asking. And I thought it was funny because he would also, this is how tired he was initially. He was like, oh, you want a macaroon, to everybody. And then the have-nots all the time. He would forget who was have-nots. And they were like, thank you, but I'm a have-not. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. The next person comes in, you like a macaroon?
Didn't he also do that to Rome in the shower? Hey, you could get yourself a nice hot shower. And then it's like, nope.
No. And he was like, oh, man, I forgot. So that was funny. But kind of what the major thing that happened that night. So as the battery has been put in his back, he's energized, he's charged up. He starts getting his alliance together. They start talking and discussing what should he do for nominations, which gets the tool shed formed. Late in the midnight hour, they come together. This big old group of 8. We haven't had this problem in a couple of seasons with this big, huge group of people, specifically with 8 or 9 people. We haven't had this in a minute. So are we back in the big alliance era?
Hey, you know what? Had a lot of Big Brother 16 watchers. This ain't Bomb Squad level, but it feels like a dominant alliance is
giving hateful. That was the first thing that came to mind. It was hateful.
I know, it's so tough when I think the thing that I like is the other side is established, even though we'll get to it, but there's lots of cracks now after Devin's nomination speech and Melody in general. But there's the other side feels like it's formed, and I know coming into this week we didn't touch much on it, but this HOH was really important. The direction of this game was hinging on what happened in that HOH. If Angela and Jason were head-to-head in that final round and Jason wins, we're talking completely differently about this season. There's no tool shed, there's no whatever. We have the sides flipping, and now it's like, all right, same side won back-to-back. And again, their numbers actually locked in together. So that's where it's spooky.
For sure. And so the tool shed becomes a thing, like Eli just said. And we have this big person alliance. And you see Rome. Rome is he's up. He sees it. He starts seeing when they start gathering. Angela went to start gathering the people together, waking folks up after they sleep. Rome peeps it. Lyric is downstairs. I think Jason's downstairs too. And so they see these people all into this room. And then they even go, he ringing the doorbell, they're not answering. He better than me.
Oh, I respect so much for ringing that doorbell. Like,
and I would have
sat outside. He was sitting in that chair right outside.
And I would have been stayed there till they open the door, huh? What was that about? That's what you want to wake up. You want to share with the house. You know how the teachers do. You want to share with the class? Let's share with the rest of the house. What y'all were doing.
Rome did it, but from downstairs in the kitchen where, you know what? I'm going to be eating some food while I wait because, shoot, I forget they were in there for a minute. So
they were there till like 6:30 in the morning. So 4:30 their time, but 6:30 like hour my time. So it was insane to me because even then, though, it did not click for them that what was going on. Like that should have, like obviously, like I feel like something's going on, but he never put together like this is a group that is officially formed. There's an alliance. There's a name, has to be right. I need to get the other troops. I need to rally the rest of the house and let them know what just took place. That's not what happened.
Yeah, it's so tough where I think Rome was still resting on, hey, I have a good relationship with Devin, so I don't necessarily need to create drama because Devin said that I'm good, so I'm good. But he was peeping it the whole time. I truly think Rome peeped it, but as you mentioned, he did not rally his own troops. So also, what could his troops really do? Because
they can't win.
Ain't much you could do. Who was it? Was it Lala sometime like early this week where it's like, hey, we need a martyr. Our side needs a martyr.
No, and that's not the one you need to be the martyr though, because he's the only one that looked like he's capable of winning some stuff when you look at it. And so it gets to the point where he's starting to see. We've seen the conversation between him and Rick, and he was kind of like, hey, if you got something up your sleeve, just know it's pretty much war. And Rick was like, oh, you threatened me? Bet I was already gonna do my plan to backdoor you, but now I'm really about to do it.
Hey, Rome. Hey, I might be a Rome defender, but talk your smack because Rome knows the vibes, and you know what? That the threat had no impact on anything. So you know what? Spook him a little bit, see what works. So I respect it. Good fun TV.
My issue with Rome is he's in this predicament because of himself. Like, had he not revealed these alliances, like, I don't know.
Really?
Angela is the problem. Yes, she is the main source. Absolutely.
In my mind, based on how this week played out, I don't think there's anything that Rome could have done. I think Rome would be a backdoor option, and it wouldn't have been as fast. But by the time Monday rolls around, oh yeah, they would have been so willing to put Rome on that block. All right, things are locked in.
Yeah.
All right, we're putting Rome up, and maybe it would have been like a lot more nicer as it went through. But hey, Ange was gonna get what Ange wanted
for sure, and I'm not saying that. Like, I don't think he could have changed anything. I'm just disappointed, like how he played it. You know, kind of he just gave up his game essentially to Devins on a platter, and I don't know. Speaking of platter, that kind of comment came up in the ceremony, and Lala thought that's what Rome had said to them. And she was like, I can't believe he would say my head can go on the silver platter for a nomination block. But that was Angela and Rick catastrophizing everything. So we have a war brewing, but I really wouldn't consider it a war because there are no troops on the other side. Truly.
The great thing about Big Brother, and this is where I still have hope that this won't be a steamroll, all it takes is a HOH. All it takes is one HOH next week. Whoever stays between Jason Rome, Mallory HOH, I will be rooting very hard for the other side. Love y'all, vets. Y'all can get a little adversity, and y'all probably gonna get a power anyway. We'll get to it.
That too, and I think that's the difficult part because there is no other side, and even to this day, there is no other side. Right now, in this moment, there is no concrete other side, and that pisses me off to the highest degree. It pisses me off even after the nomination ceremony, which we'll get to that. Like, after all that drama that went down, you seen what happened. Y'all, your own eyes witnessed and beheld the group, and y'all still have not come together. Y'all allowed them to fracture y'all even further. Pisses me off.
Yeah, and I think that's where thinking about, is this a good move for Devins? I do think getting Rome out is overall good for his side because, of course, there's a large conversation. All right, get Lyric out, and that fractures the relationships or the connection between Rome and the girls. But Rome is kind of that force that if one of them wins HOH, would be the one to rally the troops. And so if Rome goes, we'll see. It'll be so interesting to see if they still connect, where if this breaks apart and we're stuck with the tool shed and a bunch of floaters, the credit would be to getting Rome out this week.
Yeah. So you mentioned powers. Do you want to tell us about how that whole scenario went down with the time capsule and the results?
So yeah, we all been voting, and I know Treese put all 12 of her votes on Big Ange, and that's Angela. Angela won because just walks into the DR card in there. All right, we're immediately getting into this time capsule, and I really like the competition for the quote unquote quote competition. It's truly, I don't want to say it's random. You can somewhat try to get a theme or a feel of how the ticker's going, but it's ultimately like a game of whammy. but you have no choice. You're just no whammy, no whammy. Hit the
What
button.
you know about the no whammy? That's us back in the day. What you
Hey,
know
I
about
love
that?
the Game Show Network. I love the Game Show Network.
Press my luck.
That's your luck. And Angela's luck did not work out, but ultimately Angela is spinning on a chair like she was at the start of her season, and just has to push a button and hope that it's on a power and not a punishment. And I think this is a truly fair way of divvying it out. Coming into it, I thought it was going to be all right. It's a quote unquote easy competition, a 5-piece Caitlyn puzzle.
Yeah.
And they want to give out powers. But no, it seems like they kind of want to give out the punishments.
But the problem is, this is why I ask for more transparency, because, okay, yeah, sure, you hit the little buzzer, but how we know there's not somebody behind a controller that's dictating where it's going to go? You know what I'm saying? It's electronic.
They made the right decision then, because you know what? They got enough power. Put Edge in that Vince A costume. Man, it's been electric. But eventually we're going to get to a spot where someone's going to get a power, because we have 6 weeks of this, and now you think to next week, the odds are slightly higher to get a power. 5 out of 9 slots, if I remember right.
Yeah. And these are powers.
Were there 10 options or were there 12 options? I don't know. But the odds slightly get better each punishment that's got.
And these are the powers of the past. So I'm sure there's a diamond power veto somewhere. There's a coup d'etat somewhere in there that can shift the game. Let's see. What are some other famous powers of the past?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Friendship bracelets. Maybe
there's an invisible HOH out there potentially.
The steal at HOH from last season that happened. I don't know. There's a lot of fun. I can't think of them. My mind is on BB20, and I'm like, the cloud powers and all that type of stuff.
The extra veto, calling somebody that Casey came won that veto for Keanu. Block a vote, steal a vote. I don't know. Look, that was Survivor time.
Oh man.
Give it to Jason. Paula, Jason's not getting it. I'm sorry. I just don't think the people are gonna vote for him to get anything.
Hey, Drag Race community, y'all on fraud watch. Jason called y'all out and said, hey, my Drag Race community did not represent. And guess what? Pressure's on for this next week. If Jason says Drag Race community, it is on you. It is in your hands to get Jason a power. And if you don't,
if you go home, it's all your fault.
It's your fault.
Pretty much. So after that, we get nominations, right? So Rick does nominate Jason, Lyric, and Melody. And then, of course, we get the cliffhanger between Angela and Jason when they're arguing. Y'all, I don't know what
Devins even had like a little, I mean, it wasn't sly. It was an obvious comment towards Rome where it's like, hey, Rome, you, I mean, gave that extra context of, you gave me names to protect, but ultimately, hey, it's on, you've been playing, and ultimately called his shot on a backdoor. It's an obvious backdoor. Sure. There's signs where people truly get backdoored where they have no idea. No, made it clear that Rome is the target.
They did, which a lot of people complain. We always say we want old school Big Brother, baby. Why is it the survivors giving us the old school Big Brother? Why did they take that?
And guess what happens when you're that upfront and that we get a gosh dang fight that we get all feeds? I didn't realize it was a house meeting because Angela said, "Oh, house meeting," right in that moment.
Because she decided to call Jason out on his fraudulence, his manipulative behavior, specifically towards her. And so they were going back and forth, and he was like, "Oh, you hate me, America, just hate me." And it was a little cheesy. I'm like, Jason, you're doing the most, my friend. But Angela calls him out, and then so she's going off on that. And then Rome was like, "You've had your time, let me talk. You had your monologue," is what he said. And so he gets into explaining all the stuff that he felt on his chest. Since he the target, he felt betrayed by Rick, but he also was like, let me set the record straight. I never said, anybody was expendable. I'm not putting anybody's head on a platter. And Rick was just correct. Yes, I would agree with that.
Hey, what Rick does so great is truly treating it as a game. Like Rome said, hey, you're a good ball player. That's good gameplay. And Devins kept it strictly game and was like, hey, I said these things for game purposes, which I think thinking forward, Rome respects and would continue to respect.
For sure. And my issue is I don't want him to respect it so much that he forget. Like if he stays, like
he going after other people. I hope you know this. I hope what did he he is not going after Devins. Shoot, he might not even go after Keanu. Or I call him Keanu.
Shamu, all the moves.
He going after Haley.
No, literally. Because they got into it. After that, hold on, the Haley and Rome squabble up, right? He called her. What did he call? He called her something. He said something about her, and
I think he called her the B word.
The B word, yes. He didn't call her hateful or he called her something with the B word in it. Which I was like, he shouldn't have said that. But also, he wasn't wrong because Haley do be stirring up mess. She do, and she liked to throw the rock and hide her hand. So he wasn't wrong for calling her out. He was just wrong for calling her out of her name like that because it wasn't complete and bucking up to her like that.
Hey, you know what? Give me these arguments because you know what?
I love
things are fiery. And Eric, can you emulate what Lala was doing this whole time? Like straight sobbing. Like Lala is really devastated, and I truly think Lala is so hurt that Rome didn't protect her.
Yeah.
And gosh, I can't believe this worked out exactly how Rick Devins, Angela wanted. And and Jason had me laughing where Willis even fired back on Devins. Of course, this was that Friday? Nominations happened like Friday-ish.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple days, but in the moment, Jason's like, hey, Angela, good job. Give me a fist bump. Give me a fist bump. You great HOH, Angela. And Angela's like, hey, shut up.
Right. And like, this is not my HOH. This is not my HOH. This Rick came with it, but like Loki, Angela, it is.
Jason's clocking.
It is. But I will also let the people know. So even after they had this big blow up, Angela versus Jason and all this stuff like that, because a lot of people in the chat are mentioning she do need to chill because like the fact that you feel comfortable enough to even start all this kind of chaos, which we love it as viewers, but it's like, if you feel this comfortable to do it, that means you are pretty well insulated, which also should have people looking at maybe potentially seeing you as the threat that you really are and not as just Angela's just chilling. Angela's just here because that's kind of how she wanted people to think, but real Angela made her appearance Friday.
Hey, a little side conversation that I was thinking about the other day that I want to have. Could Angela, of course, coming into the season, Angela is very polarizing. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be to the same level. But whenever we have returnees, love thinking about Big Brother Canada 5. And of course, one of the prime moments of Big Brother Canada 5 is the downfall of Netta from fan favorite to, no one is rooting for Netta at all outside the house. Does Angela have that potential or the other Survivor players? But could we be looking 3-4 weeks from now like, oh man, we hate this vet. We want to see this vet fall.
I mean, I feel like people already want to see them fall as a given the regulations, right? The rig allegations. I think people are already wanting to see their downfall. But I think they have a little, I don't know Netta and how she played the game and all that, but I feel like these three vets have enough finesse to make it through without just doing something that people just absolutely hate them and despise them for. I think if people don't like them, it's just going to be because they don't like them or they feel like they have an upper hand, and which they do, and undue advantage moving forward. But I will say too, what I was going to say, Angela actually went and apologized to Jason. I don't know if they'll show that on Wednesday's episode, but she was like, I was wrong. I just want to clear the air. I want you to know that we're good, that I want to squash this. I'm like, hold on, Angela being delivered for real? Because Angela ain't never went and apologized after she didn't went off on them, right? And so I'm interested to see if that has any bearings. It wouldn't for me, because you don't get to call me out in front of the house and think that I'm going to just forget about it. But I like the fact that she even attempted to. Like, she has really shown her growth. But I like also that we get to see the Angela that we know and love and appreciate. But seeing her growth alongside the chaos was kind of nice to see.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But yeah, that was a big blow up that we got to see on feeds. We'll see it at the start of Wednesday's episode. Mm-hmm. And man, did the drama continue. I myself was glued to the feeds, going to each camera that Rome was at, where Rome just, after it settled for a bit, devastated, sobbing to Lala's level, where Rome couldn't even really talk to no one without saying, I just thought I was doing the best for the group. I had to boil it down, and I had to. I love you, Lala, and just trying to, I don't know. It was too much crying. Too many tears. Give me a crier in Big Brother, because that means that they care. Rome cares. Rome wants to be in the house, and
he wants to be the savior. He wants to be the knight in shining armor.
And guess what? He has. If they would have won HOH, he's ahead of the snake. So you know what? Cry and feel bad, Rome, and keep crying, because I love that he's passionate.
I would have had him hit them with that. I think it's a Drake song, Cry If You Need To, but I can't stay to watch you. That's the wrong thing to do. I'm not doing it. Can't do it. But it is shaping up, because, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know who won the veto, close your ears or log off and just come back later, because it plays an important role to like where we are in the game as of now, going into.
Oh man, I'm upset, because before Eric even says it, Wednesday should be a good episode, y'all. Wednesday, heartbreaking when it comes to the HOH or the veto or nomination ceremony confrontation, and what Eric's gonna get into. But Eric, who won the veto? We gave enough time for people to leave if they want to hear it.
If you don't want to hear it, then it's too late by now. Rick Devens, congratulations.
And man, who did Rick Devens be? Why am I saying that it's so controversial, or it'll be good TV?
Yeah, like what are because Rick didn't really win much on Survivor, but for him to come over here now, you got 2 comps in your belt in 2 weeks.
And the fact that Jason should have won this veto, like Jason had it won, finished the puzzle first, went to look back and double check his puzzle instead of just hitting the button right away. Rick Devens, while Jason was doing that, snuck in and boom. Because what I know for myself, I'm not anti-tool shed, but I am rooting for that side of the house a little bit. I love me an underdog.
Yeah.
And the dream scenario was Jason wins veto.
Whose dream scenario?
Your
dream. Okay.
My dream scenario was Jason wins veto, Rome wins blockbuster, and we get whoever's left over up out of here. Lyric, melody, doesn't matter.
Oh no, not you and Ty. Oh, you and Eli on the same page.
That's my choice. Hey, Ty and I always been on the same page. Hey, Ty and I been locked like this, and Ty knows it, and Ty loves it. Ty loves it. Ty loves it.
No, but my dream.
But Jason should have won this competition. Should have won the veto, and that is devastating
for sure. But my dream scenario was Melody winning. I wanted Melody to win the veto.
What has Melody done? Why is that your dream scenario, Eric?
Because Melody got fire up under her. Like, Melody is ready. Like, she's not disillusioned by what's going on in the house anymore. Like, okay, Drew is her blind spot. I will give her that. Drew is a major blind spot for her. But other than that, she sees the game a lot more clearly than Jason does. Like Jason, he can't win this game. I don't see a scenario in which Jason wins this game. I just don't. Whereas Melody has the opportunity to still get to the end, I believe, under the right circumstances. I just think Jason's time in this house, his days are numbered. Um, but yes, Melody winning veto, Rome being nominated, Rome winning blockbuster, and Lyric being voted out. Was my dream scenario. But if they couldn't get Lyric, I was also okay with Jason going. I was okay with Jason going home. But Rick won, and he's obviously going to use it. The question is who he's going to use it on. That's what's been
minute one. Hatch up a plan. Melody's safe because, duh, why would you not say Melody if you want to completely draw that line against Rome and them and have pulled Melody slightly to your side? But that plan did not last.
It did not because D is one of the ones, I think Angela might say too, but they see this connection that Drew has with Melody, and Drew's influence with the people in the house in general is starting to grow, and they see it, which is dangerous for him, because if people see that you have influence, even if they're working with you right now, there's something down the line that they're going to want to clip. And so they recognize it. And so D was like, let's keep Melody on there actually, to kind of keep Drew in check, but let's make a deal with Rome to be like, we'll save Lyric if you give us safety. And it's like, not a bad plan. I mean, you can try that. You can't guarantee that he'll keep it, but Rome is a man of his word, right? He always says he's a man of his word. And there's a high likelihood, like you mentioned, that he won't even go after them. So if he does accept this deal, it's kind of like he may end up honoring that, which will be stupid, of course, but he might honor it. However, Lyric and Rome already suspected that the deal was fake. So they're presenting a fake deal that they've already kind of foresaw, which was good on their part. They even have this whole little fake breakup stuff that everybody thinks they done broke up. Lyric is out here rubbing on thighs and legs and backs and cuddling up with Chuck and Yash, and she doing all types of
get in your bag. Get in your bag, Lyric.
Not in her bag. I can't even fault her for it. Somebody said it was the Frenzel method, which, you know, what they say, a couple of guys and a couple of tries. Something like that. Oh, this is what June Song, our legend, our queen of the floaters, she said, I don't know about Lyric being a man eater, but Lyric is definitely using the oldest tricks in the book of prostitution within the limits of the law in the state of California.
Oh Lordy. Oh, June is so funny. June is funny.
So that's been going on, and Roman's obviously having a hard time seeing her flirt with all these people, but that's the only way they can try to put some distance between each other to kind of make it seem like they're off each other. And so it seems like this plan to save Lyric with the veto is a go. However, today, about 10 or so hours ago, Drew made a very compelling case to save Melody to Rick, and because he clocked that they not really buying the whole deal thing. He feels like it's a sham. So he kind of spilled that to Devin, and he was like, I'm gonna talk to D about it to finalize what we want to do. So we'll see tonight. I haven't watched feeds yet, so I don't know if it's changed, if what's set in stone, but I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Well, by this time tomorrow, we will know for sure how that veto was used.
Yeah, she could, Paula. I don't see it. I feel like Rome or Jason, whichever, either of those two are on the block next to her. If, you know, the other one comes off, I think they're going home. So I don't think she is. There is a world, because D does see her as the smarter player, right? So that's another reason why D wanted her to stay on the block, because if they wanted that backup option to get rid of her, they feel like she's a strong and smart player. which she is. So she could, but I feel like Angela, if she's next to Jason, Angela's gonna push to get rid of Jason, even though they've squashed things. Angela's not gonna let that go for real, for real. And if it's wrong, then of course his empire shall fall.
Oh man, Eric, you making Devin's level comments. Devin's had 2 DRs like that, making Rome jokes.
Rome's empire. What did he say? Rome's empire must fail. I don't know what he said. It was good though.
It was good. It was good. Yes. But I know even thinking about leaving Melody on the block, it might get interesting. The fact that we'll see who on quote unquote Melody's side is pushing to save Melody over Jason, or does it end up being a group that's like, you know what, we could get rid of Melody, and that pushes Melody even further to Drew, Devin's, the Toolshed side. So I think that's where it's also interesting leaving Melody on the block. Of course, it's a risk.
Yeah.
But depending on how hard they push to save Rome, Jason, yeah, Melody could feel isolated from her side.
Another thing too with the plan to save Lyric, and I don't know if we talked about it, but you don't leave the person who's a guaranteed vote for the person that your target is off the block. You don't take them off the block. You don't do that. You keep the people that are going to vote with each other on the block so they cannot vote with each other.
I feel like early in the game you can get away with it a lot more. If we're in final 9, that's a lot more sketchy. How many votes were there to evict Ashley Gushing? 14. You know what, Rome? You weren't gonna go home unanimously. You know what? Respect. You can go home with your girls' vote.
I just say that because we know things. We know how fast things can change in this house. We know how fast, because what is keeping, if they keep Lyric off, what's to say they don't? I don't know if they have the vote, but like something can happen. Something can happen. Truly, it really could. Because like, what if Drew gets wind that they're on to him and his rat game and how he has this pool with the other side, and he's like, oh well, if y'all are trying to limit me and try to block me, Lord, let me flip to the other side. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Drew loves his side though. Drew loves his side, man. They let him name the alliance. Drew ain't flipping on him.
And we're gonna talk about that real quick too, because now things are just coming back to me. That Barrett and Drew were in such great spots, being in the middle of the house. They were in very powerful positions. Both sides, most of both sides, trusted them. Like the vets on this side mostly trusted them. And then obviously the other side, that's not really an other side, truly trusted them because Melody was spilling information, Rome was giving them information and things like that. But drawing this hard line in the sand was not the best for their game, in my opinion. They lost some power with that. Also, the night of Rick Devins, I forgot to mention, during his one-on-ones, Devins spilled to Barrett about 4 seasons, which Rome gave to him. He was like, you didn't know about that? And he was like, no. He's like, huh, Drew didn't tell you? He's like, no. He's like, that's funny. He's in it. And they was like, I thought y'all were buddies. I thought that was y'all, yo, bro. And so I don't know. It hasn't shown from what I've seen on feeds that it's impacted, but I wonder in the back of Barrett's head, is he like keeping that,
It's going to marinate for weeks. And this might be one of those things that marinates for a few weeks. Of course, there's no reason, especially with the set sides.
Yeah.
It does benefit them even now. Mallory wins HOH. They aren't going after Drew, Barrett. It's going to be heads of the snake or approaching the top of the snake of that alliance.
Although,
the little seeds of doubt, once you get to jury or final 7, man, Drew didn't tell me about 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. That was week 1, week 2 alliance, but that's still important.
Yeah. But the thing too is, like Mallory mentioned, and like they know they're onto Barrett now too. So they're just kind of like, we know you, like you trying to pretend like you with us, but we know that you're not now. So like, so much grace and pool has been shattered on that end, because Mallory's not dumb, Melody isn't either. So it's kind of like you can't even fully go back to this side if you wanted to, because they now know they can't fully trust you. So we'll see. And now the middle players are Taylor and Yash. How did we get here? They're
they really aren't playing the game. That's the reason why they just vibing and they're flowing through the game. And you know what? Yeah, that's how you end up in the middle. Just will they have any agency? Will they actually act on it? We'll see. It's week
I just
2. I
hope it
almost said
doesn't.
doubt it. It's early.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't end up like the stragglers end up voting with the tool shed and against their own interests. You know what I'm saying? Like, and continue to do that. So
Yeah, and that's where Eric, you're so right. Thinking about Rome getting that group together. Hey, there's a clear group. I don't care. Let's at least form this so we can have a fighting chance.
Yes, that is needed. It don't matter who do it. I mean, he clearly has to be the one to do it since he has that much pull. But somebody needs to do it. Otherwise, they are sitting ducks if they don't win. So that's pretty much all we have, y'all.
Yeah. Did we miss anything else? I don't think we missed. This was a fun. I mean, that Friday was one of the top days of feeds in a while.
History. It was history. It was history.
And it was so fun. And yeah, this season has good momentum. I'm excited to see where it continues to go. But man, you will see me, or y'all might not see me on Thursday. I will be very sad if the right person doesn't win HOH. But it's been really fun so far. This has still been a good season, and I know it kind of hangs in the balance of, will this be a steamroll or of course with a big alliance like the Tool Shed, it's so big where they're gonna have to turn against each other. And the fun thing is there are good factions in there, but we'll see.
So far. It is it's a big it's an asterisk right now for sure.
We don't know if it's gonna be a good season. I mean, so many good seasons are like sides going against each other, and
because honestly,
that's what we have.
If we get rid of Haley, Chuck, and Kamu, I'm okay with where the rest of the season go.
Lordy, hey, all I know next week, need one of them to go. I might need them to go back to back, get these numbers a little bit closer. Hopefully, Rome and/or Jason is here.
I said that too. I was telling another of my friend that watched Big Brother. I was like, I need this other side to win twice now. I need them to win twice to knock down some of them numbers over there. Then the other side can win again. Because I don't trust just a 1 week. I don't think that'll be enough for them. I don't think it'll be enough, especially if they don't get the right person out too. So they need 2 good weeks, 2 good back-to-back weeks of a Mallory, Melody, Rome, HOH. If Rome is still here, those 3.
And
not Rome. No, I don't trust Rome. Melody and Mallory.
Put up the vets. And or the vets in one of Kamu, Haley, Chuck, and let that side eat at each other, because that's why alliances crumble. If you think of
because what's that?
Whoever was the opposite of level 6 or whatever, like
Balte.
That's how they went against each other, because they weren't winning HOHs. They would go on the block, eat each other's numbers, and then sow those seeds of distrust amongst each other, because you have to vote someone out from your side.
What was y'all talking about in that meeting? All 8 of y'all up there, that 20-person meeting upstairs. What was that about? Who's like, I need to know, give me the information. Well, such as that already told me. So if you want to stay off the block, I want to hear from you. That's what I want to know. Who
was leading it? So they're all gonna throw Haley under the bus. That's a funny thing.
That's fine.
Haley is the scapegoat of that group, and Haley is not gonna catch that she's the scapegoat of that group.
But I would tell them, like, they all done said you, right? Like, you the one. If somebody got to be sacrificed, you the one. So what information do you have? And the whole time it's gonna be all 3, all y'all hitting the block. One of y'all come up, the other one just gonna replace you. That's how it should be. But y'all, we'll see. We'll see. It's been fun. Thank you all for hanging out with us as always. Going over to YouTube if you have not already, and subscribe to AWAGBT Gonna Be There podcast. Make sure you leave us a like and a comment and share, and hit the bell at the top. And then if you're not following us, follow us on Twitter at AWAGBT_podcast, and on IG at AWAGBT, and turn on those notifications so you never miss when we have an episode coming out. It has been a pleasure. We look forward to seeing y'all on Thursday for the live vote and eviction. Till next time. Bye. Oh, did you not do